Welcome to Toffee TV. This is the Everton News Daily. Very quickly, Everton are playing tonight. If you're watching this game after if you're watching this video after the game, then make sure to go and check out the instant match reaction. If you're watching before the game, the team is Stekelenburg, Coleman, Pennington, Funes Mori, Oviedo, Tarashai, Cleverly, Davies, Morales, Barkley, Delafeu. On the bench is Robles, Hewlett, Holgate, Stones, Galloway, Baines, Lennon, Gibson, Bessage, Grant, Dow and McGibbon to play MK Dons. So don't forget, check out the instant reaction video after that game. Straight in to today's news. A story that broke last night after Jake had already made the video, and has sort of died before we've made this video, is a move linking us with Marko Arnautovic, whatever, from Stoke City. It was believed that there was a release clause of £12.5 million in his deal that had to be done before the end of July. Everton did make moves to try and get talks, but it looks like the player has basically made use of this interest to get a new contract at Stoke for about 80 grand a week, which was basically probably what he was looking at all the time. Decent player, looked good against us at Goodison last season. Not sure about his haircut. Thinks he's basically thinks he's Zlatan, but he's not. So, if we got him, it'd be good. If we didn't, one of them in it. We've took a chance at looking at the player because it looked like a good deal. Today's main story is another one of these. The Mail are reporting that Everton have met a 7.2 million release clause for Idrissa Gueye. Oh, not another guy. Who is basically a holding centre midfielder. This player was being rumoured to have been, or could have been, Kante's replacement at Leicester. He basically only comes second, I think, to Kante last season in tackles and interceptions, and was one of the better Villa players last season. If that is the case, it looks like Steve Walsh has basically gone in there straight away, seen a target that he wanted for Leicester, and decided to go after him. Has looked to go after him for us. It's definitely a position they're looking at filling, that centre midfield role, that holding centre midfield role. Basically, to only have one holding centre midfielder so we don't need to have two anymore, so we can be a little bit more attacking from that point of view and have maybe more box-to-box centre midfielders. He played 35 times for Aston Villa last season, 140 interceptions, 108 tackles, and apparently he was just behind Kante in those stats. So yeah, they signed him from Lille for 9 million last summer, and basically because they've been relegated, he can be released on a low clause. Already mixed comments about this player. I mean, I can honestly say I didn't see that much of him last season, and obviously playing in a poor Villa side probably would have helped his stats, but on the other side, people would just think he's crap. But let's not forget, Steve Walsh made a career of buying in these kind of players at Leicester and basically won them the league. Now, I don't think we need that many players, but a player like this, if this is what Steve Walsh wants, if this is what he's identified, who are we to argue with him? That's his job. It's his job to bring in these kind of players. If he played for another club and was worth maybe 20 million, I don't think anyone would say anything, but because he plays for Villa, and obviously because it's only 7.2, you start getting grumblings. I mean, I don't know what people want. People talking about signings, and then when there's a chance of one, then they start getting a cob on. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I've got to trust Steve Walsh. He's been brought in as the director of football. The managers give him a role and a position to go and get, and he looks like he's trying to do that. Who am I to argue? If you want to argue with him, That's up to you. I'm not going to start arguing with Everton's new manager and Everton's new director of football at this early stage. You know, you've got to get the players in first and then have a look at them. It's their job to scout these players. Who they heard of Mahrez, who they heard of Kante before they were brought in, and look at those players now. You know, so who are we, or certainly who am I, to argue with that? So we'll wait and see how that develops. Obviously, Everton are playing tonight. They may have already, when you're watching this, it might be half time. It might be full time. So hopefully good run out for the Blues tonight. Don't forget, catch our instant reaction video after. Well, I say my instant reaction video because Baz is in Wales. So catch my instant reaction video after the game, or if the game's already happened, go and watch it now, and we'll talk about that game. Thanks for watching the Everton News Daily. Catch you later.